Guys, Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches with a quick word for your friend and mine, ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, AC3, Archibald Chesterfield III. You know, he invented the quick wristwatch check, and the rest of us on YouTube, well, we just stole it. Help keep Archie full-time on YouTube by liking this video, watching this video, tell your fuckhead friends, and make sure to subscribe to his Patreon. And now, ArchieLuxury.
Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a paid review. This is AU5. And before we do that, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Polar Explorer 2. Okay guys, this is a paid review and this came in from David. Now this is a bit of an interesting twist here. Archie, I absolutely love the channel. Keep up the fight against the shitters. I've sent you 100 Aussie dollars for a paid review as I think it's more than worth it. Question, in your video, you're always talking about soft brands, which seems to be basically anything that's not Rolex or Patek Philippe, and I completely agree with you. However, doesn't this just open up the door for people to buy high quality watches at a very discounted price, especially used, and especially considering the huge prices that steel sports Rolexes and even two-tone ones now are going for? Like me, you don't have a relationship with an AD to get one at retail price. The reason I ask this is my two favorite brands at the moment are Omega and Grand Seiko. In my collection, I have a Grand Seiko SBG R101, a Grand Seiko GMT High-B SBG J003, an Omega Railmaster, an Omega Speedmaster Moonphase Master Chronometer, and an Omega Planet Ocean Generation 3 8900. All of these I bought with significant discounts from either an AD or in the new used marketplace. For instance, I picked up the SBGR 101 in mint condition for $18.50 US, which, as the retail price is $4,300, I thought was an absolute steal. Personally, I think the watch used grey discount market is the best it has ever been now for the educated watch buyer, with great pieces being available for relatively little money. I'd love to hear your opinion on this. Many thanks, David. And I gotta be completely honest with you, David. I think you've hit the nail on the proverbial head, because I gotta be honest with you, as much as we all are Rolex, there are actually some pretty damn good buys on the secondary market. And it's very true. Rolex prices are crazy high, but many fine pieces there are relative bargains. And I got to be honest with you, David, I don't think it's too bad. If you buy these pieces pre-owned, I don't think there's much downside at all. So I would have to say, yeah, I completely agree with you. I think you have, I think you've really nailed it. So I don't really have a problem with that at all. I tend to think you're right. You're really quite right there. I think Rolex is just absolute. I got to be honest with you. They make good pieces. There's a number of reasons Rolexes are where they are. They're a damn good watch. I quite like them. Are they good value? Value is an interesting thing. I've got to be honest with you. I think you raise a really interesting point. There are some amazing bang per buck pieces there. And I would tend to say to you, I think you're right. The only downside is that a lot of collectors these days, they need to churn over the piece to buy the next one. When people come into this hobby, what happens is they start off small. You might start off with a Tag Heuer or a basic Omega, or a Breitling. You buy that. Then what happens is, because a lot of people, when they first start off, they buy a piece at retail, they will really lose their ass when it comes to resell. And this is one of the reasons that Rolex, it has become so popular. It's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you're not going to, if you are able to get it at retail, you'll always make a profit on the sports line. The sports line, not the Datejust or the Oyster Perpetuals necessarily, but it's moving that way in that field. So I've got to be completely frank with you. Let's have a sticky beak here. The Grand Seikos you've got there. The High Beat GMT. That's a piece that I was actually considering getting, one of those High Beat GMTs. I think if you went on the quartz side, that could be complete voodoo witchcraft. That's complete witchcraft, because it's quartz. We like our mechanical watches, but High Beat, that's I gotta say, I had a Zenith El Primero High Beat, and I really love a High Beat movement. Yes, I do. Not necessarily. Well, they say the servicing costs can be a bit more, but hey, I flipped them before that became a problem. But I've got to say to you, I think you're spot on there. Omega and Grand Seiko are very, very nice watches. I mean, at one stage there, if we go back in history, Omega was better than Rolex. If we go back to the 60s, I mean, the best dive watches. Okay, Rolex had the Submariner, yes, but Omega had the fucking Pro Prof. That was a block of fucking steel as a dive watch. Omega had you look at the Rolex chronograph offering in the 60s and 70s. It was fucking... They were so behind. Omega had the 861 movements, and you know, it's you look at something like the Omega Flightmaster. That's probably one of the highest grade mass produced sort of watches of all time. I know it's fucking ugly. That 70s design is a bit of an acquired taste, but it was a really cool watch there. Rolex is offering, well, it was just a Valjoux 727 movement. And I gotta be completely honest with you, Grand Seiko is a brand which all in-house Seiko, it's the Japanese interpretation of fine watchmaking. And I got to tell you, in Japan, there's a lot of... The Japanese are incredibly nationalistic. They are very proud of their high-end Seikos. And I did a review a couple of weeks ago on a very high-end Citizen. And I got to be honest with you, I wanted to hate the watch, but they've got substance. They really do have some amazing character and charm. And I've got to be completely honest with you there. I think if you can see the value in non-Rolex, there are some really good buys there. Looking at your Omega front there, you got the Omega Railmaster. The Railmaster, that's their classic sort of, that's like the Explorer 1 in Rolex's is collection there. It's a beautiful, I've always loved the Railmaster. You've got a Speedmaster Moonphase Master. That's a great piece. And you've got a Planet Ocean Generation 3 with the 89. I think I had, did I? Actually, I almost, did I buy that? I can't remember. Did I buy that? I was going to, almost, did I? I'm just trying to remember. I remember my friend Greg had one. Greg Kinder had one. I just can't remember. Did I ever buy that or not? I can't remember. But I've got to tell you, those are very, very high-end watches there. And I've got to be honest with you. You look at these collection here. That's a beautiful collection. Beautiful, beautiful collection. It's non-Rolex. Well, so fucking what? So fucking what? I really think non-Rolex could be the new cool. I mean, the problem with Rolex, it's like anything. Anything that's so cool, it doesn't last. You remember the 70s? Disco? Barry fucking Manilow! Barry fucking Manilow. I mean, he was so cool, man. Nothing ever stays that cool, remember that. And I gotta be honest with you, Rolex itself, the games they play, do you really want to be part of these weird games? And Amiga, okay, I agree with you. You don't necessarily want to buy Amiga at retail. No, that's a dumb idea. But if you started buying Amiga very savvy secondhand, that's not a terrible way to go either. Savvy secondhand for Amiga. What's wrong with Omega? Makes them fantastic. I mean, they had their eyes firmly set on Rolex. That's what their aim was. It's kind of like Honda, who in the 80s, Honda had their eyes set on BMW. They really tried to get that kind of, what was the Honda saying at the time in the 80s? The art of automation. Honda, the art of everything was the art of. BMW was the ultimate driving machine. Honda was the art of automation. And I got to be honest with you. I think if you're a savvy collector, you could do certainly really well there. What would I like to see you add to your collection? I tell you exactly what I'd like to see you add there. I'd like to see you add a mechanical Speedmaster. Okay, the traditional Speedmaster. I think they are a good buy. I would also add a Speedmaster Mark II. I reckon the Mark II reissue that's funky as sin. That's funky as they come. And I'd possibly add a Snowflake in the Seikos there. My favourite Grand Seiko has been the Peacock Green GMT. I thought that was beautiful, limited edition. But I got to be honest with you. I think moving away from Rolex is just so, it's starting to give you the shits. It really is. I've got to say, I really think if you buy wisely secondhand, this could be the way to go. Maybe the bubble for Rolex is just too crazy, too inflated, it's overhyped. Maybe it's time to move on. And I got to be honest with you, David, I look at that box you've got there with those 5 pieces. That looks like a fucking beautiful collection. Absolutely beautiful. So why not? Why not? This could be the new way to go. So guys, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and don't forget to put some really nasty comments down below. And guys, if you haven't done a paid review, I'm more than happy to give me a topic. This guy here wanted to say, maybe it's these other brands. If you buy them secondhand, how bad could you go in that? And I I gotta tell you, I think he's raised a fucking good point. If you buy wisely, there's many good brands that are cheap as chips. So that could be the way. And I got to be honest with you, I did that one brand per watch thing, and I bought some. You know, I had a Hoya. I bought the Breguet, the Breitling. You know, I didn't lose my ass. I bought them pre-owned. I had some really nice examples, and I don't think it was that bad. I don't think, as long as you buy in the secondary market, you really can't do too badly. So food for thought. Maybe this Rolex thing is too much hype. So, guys, tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends. Until next time, ciao, fuckers!
Oh. Hey Archie Luxury fans, if you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.